Okay, I thought I'd do a XWA content video. Yay! More content. Yay! Let's look at these lovely art enhanced cards, of course, because they're the cool ones. But XWA, the X-Wing Alliance, has finally put out their first set of content, a bunch of new standard loadout cards. Yeah, so standard loadout cards. They've done it for three factions: First Order, Resistance, and Scum. You got your evacuation of Kadar, the car. Sorry, geez, guys. It's not like I'm doing this in one take or anything. Um, so the evacuation of Kadar. Uh, yeah, Kadar. I said that right. And some of these cards have been spoiled. There has not been many changes, but it is pretty cool. Yeah, let's start it off with First Order. First card we have is Kylo Ren. I've already gone through this. I really like this card. Just so you guys know, I have done some test games with these. Well, not test games, but they're officially out now. So I have played some games with some of these cards, and they are pretty cool. So Kylo Ren is the first one on our list. So he's in the Fire Silencer. He's got the same stat bar, except for his Force, which is now 3 Force regenerative. His ability in the Silencer is the same as his Whisper version, which is if you're in the bullseye. If a ship in your bullseye is going to take a face down damage card, you can spend a Force to flip it face up. Really cool. Got the Auto Thrusters ability, perform an action. You can do a barrel roll or boost, so great repositions at Initiative 5. He's got the new upgrade Determination, which is a new upgrade that we're going to see a lot on these FO cards. So while you perform a primary attack, if the defender is in your bullseye, you can suffer a hit damage to add 1 focus result. This upgrade is really cool. I played a game with some of these TIE fighters that we're going to see with Determination, and I think it's a really fun way of just adding that extra little bit of damage. Like, yes, it will hit yourself. Yes, your opponent can roll out of it, but it's really cool. I like it. His next upgrade is Malice. Of course, the Malice that everyone knows and loves. I'm not even going to bother saying it because it's too much text. And he's got proton torpedoes. So this Kylo has officially been brought out at 7 points. I really like it. I think for 7 points, it's very pricey for FO, but he is also a 3 force, 3 agility, 6 hull, 3 attack dice ship. Like, he's got a very good chassis. Like, it's similar to your defender chassis, honestly, with 3 force. So very good card, honestly. And I really like the idea of it. Next, we can look at Zeta 5. This is a TIE FO fighter. So he's got the same stat bar as your normal TIE FOs: 2 attack, 3 agility, 3 hull, 1 shield. This guy's got ability that says, while you perform an attack, if you are not shielded and the defender's initiative is higher than yours, add 1 focus result. I really like this card. I have actually played a game and tested it. It is really cool. So he's got some other things like this new TIE Fighter chassis ability that is on these evacuation of Dakar cards. Merciless. While you perform an attack, you may choose another friendly ship at 0 to 1 of the defender. If you do, that ship gains a strain token. You may reroll 1 blank result. Um, yeah, it's really cool. I'll go through the whole card and I'll do this for everything and then talk about it because I'm sick of interrupting myself and I don't want to re-video this because it's going to be annoying. But he's also got the Determination, take a hit to add a focus result. He's got Pattern Analyzer to do an action before he fully executes a red maneuver, and Targeting Matrix, which is on some of our TIE fighters in the SL TIE fighters in Empire, which is at the end of neutralized results, you can spend 1 focus result, and at the end of neutralized results, the defender is assigned. The defender is assigned 1 strain token. So this guy's really nifty because, for one, his pilot ability. If you're not shielded, you can just add a focus result as long as your opponent's initiative is higher than yours. Add initiative 2, probably going to trigger. He's got Determination. So if an enemy ship's in his bullseye, he can take a hit to add a focus result, which is great because that means that when he performs an attack, he could potentially, if you're in the bullseye, roll 2 dice, say, oh, cool, you're in my bullseye. I'm going to take a damage to add a focus result. Cool. Now that I am not shielded, because I took my shield damage, and your initiative is higher than mine, I'm going to add another focus. So all of a sudden, your range 2 or range 3 attack has 4 dice on the TIE fighter. And potentially, if you are focused, both of those results are easily moddable. And even if you aren't focused, you have Targeting Matrix to spend 1 of those focus results to give the defender a strain. I think this card's really nifty. Like, and sorry, and also you have your merciless, so you could even reroll a blank result if you didn't roll 2 hits or 2 eyes straight away. Like this TIE fighter is designed to be like a 3 point decent hitter, similar to Scorch and DT. Um, but it's a little bit more tricky to get you more dice. But he's very strong. I really like it. I think Zeta 5 confirmed at 3 points. Came out at 3 points. Very nice TIE fighter. Is initiative 2, but very cool. Next on our list, we have a returning pilot Longshot in the TIE FO. So he has the same ability. If you perform an attack at range 3, roll an additional attack die. Really cool. Lovely. He's got the Merciless chassis ability, so he can give a friendly ship at range 0 to 1 of the defender strain to reroll a defense blank result. He's got your determination. He's got fanatical, so if he's not shielded, he can change a focus to a hit. And he's got the upgrade experimental scanners, which if you have played E-wings in Rebels before, it's exactly the same. You can acquire locks beyond range 3. You cannot acquire locks at range 1. I think he is a very cool ship. Because I think he's better than his normal FO version. We can have a look at what his FO version actually has once my YASB loads, because my computer is pretty slow. What are we looking at first order? What upgrade points does this guy have? Long shot. They're both 3 points, and custom long shot only has 9 points. So like, I mean, you're getting determination, you're getting fanatical, you're getting merciless, and you're getting a experimental scanner, so you can just acquire a lock turn 1 and have a lock all game until you use it. Which I did play him like that. I played a game today where I had long shot on my list. He took a lock turn 1, and it literally stayed on the board until I eventually got a shot on that ship and used it. So really cool ship at 3 points. I think it is definitely a contender in a TIE Swarm with custom long shot, just because of the fact that he's got all these cool upgrades which are new and different, and you can't really put on your custom versions. Next on the list we have our Midnight TIE FO Initiative 6. Everyone knows and loves it. While you defend and perform an attack, if you have a lock on the enemy ship's dice cannot be modified. Great, great pilot. Just everyone loves Midnight. Um, there is a slight problem we'll talk about later. But Midnight's also got the Merciless ability, Determination, Targeting Synchronizer. So a friendly ship at range 1 or 2 performs an attack against a target you have locked. The ship ignores target lock requirement. Cool. And this new upgrade, which I think is amazing, after you are declared advanced warning systems, after you are declared the defender of an attack, if a friendly ship at 0 to 2 has a lock on the attacker, you can perform a red evade action. So I really like this upgrade advanced warning system, just because like a lot of the time Midnight is your ship that you fly around the board and you take a lock on the person you think is going to be the most trouble for you. But let's just say like they just roll amazing natties and you only have the lock on them, so you can just no defense, you just roll lucky green dice. If it's bad, it's bad. If it's good, it's good. Like having this option advanced warning system to give you the option to do a red evade action before you are shot, I think is really cool. I think it's a really good upgrade. There is no charge limit on it, so you could do it every single turn. And as long as you're doing blue maneuvers, you're fine. Like you just take locks to deny things. You use your locks for targeting synchronizer, so your friendlies can shoot missiles and stuff for free. It's a really cool card. Now, this is a 4 point Midnight, which is a little bit of a problem for me personally, because Midnight Custom has 17 loadout points, which is a banging lot. Like that is a lot of loadout points with options of missile, sensor, tech, 2 talent slots, and 2 mod slots. Like you can easily chuck a shield upgrade, missile, shield upgrade, thread tracers, proud tradition. What's something that you can chuck for 1 point? I don't know. Precision iron. I don't think that matters, but yeah, it's something like that. Munitions failsafe. Like you could easily chuck this type of loadout on Midnight, making you an actual menace on the field. And I think the problem I'm having is that yes, determination is cool, but you're not really going to use determination on Midnight unless you're about to die, or you need to do it to win the game. targeting synchronizer is cool, but we could easily just chuck targeting synchronizer on this midnight with a shield upgrade. Like, it's only 3 points. And advanced warning system is really good, 100% really good, but it is a red evade action. It'll stress you every single turn you want to do it. And it isn't, it says a friendly ship at 0 to 2 has a lock on the attacker. So that includes you as well. So if you have a lock on the attacker, that's fine. But yeah, it's a little bit tricky for me to look at this card and toss up the reward versus um the downside. Like, there's just a lot more you can do with custom midnight. And although this guy's cool, this card is cool. Like, advanced warning systems is a great upgrade. Merciless is a great upgrade. I don't think Merciless at initiative 6 is the best. And determination on your 4 point TIE fighter, you don't really want to be damaging that thing. So I know it's staying with the theme, and it's giving you options that you could use, but you don't have to use. But if I'm flying FO, I'm probably taking custom midnight over this, just because it's more tailorable to your list. Yeah. Next on our list, we have another TIE FO, Omega 2. This one had been teased before. I didn't do a video on it, so I'll go over it this time. So TIE FO, same stat bar. Friendly TIE ships can acquire locks onto objects at range 0 to 3 of you, ignoring range restrictions. So basically, you're a sensor boy. You act as just a live sensor boy. Look, um, I don't know about this ship. I think he's cool. 3 points, it's cool. Um, It is initiative 3, so Merciless and Determination are very good to use because you know what the field's looking like, who's already shot, who has been yet to shot. So I think it's a pretty cool ship. It's also got this new upgrade called Targeting Relay, 2 charges. After a friendly ship acquires a lock on an enemy ship at range 0 to 1 of you, you may spend 1 charge and gain a stress token. If you do, that friendly ship may gain a calculate. That is the real use of this card. That's the real use of it. So you give friendlies a calculate for you getting a stress. You may spend 1 and gain a stress. So you stress yourself, give them a free calculate. You're probably already like got a mod like a focus or evade. Maybe like if they move before you, like let's just say you've got long shot or Zeta 5 in your list, and they're moving before you and locking before you, you could have had a blue maneuver set on your dial. I think it's a really cool upgrade. Like, I think it's a great upgrade, and I think the ship is a cool ship that is going to have some fun. One other thing to note is that this ship has an evade barrel roll, a barrel roll into red evade, sorry, which not all the other TIE FOs have, and I think that is what makes this a 3 point ship. The fact that it's got, sorry, not what makes a 3 point ship, but I think that's an added bonus that is really useful considering you've only got 2 out of like your 3 upgrade slots, where most SL ships are having 3 upgrades. This guy's only got 2, but he's got a barrel onto red evade, which is pretty cool. So definitely could see this ship in lists with TIE bombers that maybe need a round to disengage and might not have range. You could see it in a list of a bunch of TIE special forces, which use mainly munitions. I think is a really cool ship at 3 points. Definitely cool to use, and I would like to see how good targeting relay actually is in the grand scheme of things. Next on our list is Scorch, and I just want to make a comment. I really like how this here is orange, the initiative, but on this one it's white just because of the orange background. I just like how they paid attention to detail and made sure to do that to make it not look bad. But yeah, so Scorch. So this is TIE FO Scorch. Same stat bar as normal. Same ability as normal. Waypoint attack. If you're not stressed, you may gain a stress to roll an additional attack die. Merciless, which is pretty good. Blank reroll. Straining a friendly. Determination, which is pretty good if you're already gaining. If you already have 3 attack dies, 4 attack dies at range 1. Determination for 5, pretty good. Fanatical as well. So determination triggers fanatical. You're not shielded. Focus to hit. And then a new upgrade called Threat Sensors. And I really like this one. Threat Sensors. While you defend, if you are not stressed, you may reroll 1 focus result. So I think this is such a balanced upgrade because at initiative 4 is when Scorch is shooting. So realistically, if you lost road, your opponent's initiative 6, 5s, and 4s have shot before you. So this triggers a bunch. If you won road, only initiative 6s and 5s are shooting before you. So it's not really the best because you're triggering this and potentially using your ability to stress yourself. So this doesn't work. So I think this is such a balanced upgrade threat sensors. The fact that like everyone shooting after you on the enemy team is going to have an advantage just because you won't be able to reroll focus results if you use your ability. But if they're shooting before you, obviously you get free focus. You can reroll a focus result for free, which is really cool. I really like this ship. The only thing I don't like is that this scorches actually 4 points. So I know that currently Scorch is sitting at 4 points of 14 loadout. The evacuation of Dakar Scorch is sitting at 4 points as well. I think I know it's not right, but I think Scorch should have come in with um something like who was it? Who was the one? Omega 2, where you only have 2 upgrades. Like let's just give you determination and maybe fanatical, and then give you like a barrel roll into red evade and make them 3 points. Like I know that XWA are trying to move away from the old FO meta in AMG where it was just let's just take all those hyper efficient 3 point TIE fighters in a list and just attack like DT Scorch, Lieutenant Gaelic, uh Commander Maldoris, Midnight, like all 5 of those like 3 point TIE fighters plus Kylo, or whatever 5 point ship you could fit in. I know they're trying to move away from that because that was pretty busted better, but I don't know. I don't like 4 point TIE FOs. I don't think Scorch is bringing to the table. I don't think he's bringing 4 points worth of a ship to the table. Just because we're about to look at some TIE SFs that are 4 points and will kind of show the difference in that. Like, I get you have 3 attack die, but you're still relying on not being stressed. Like, let's just say you're playing something like Scum, where you've got Cad Bane, who could potentially stress you before you perform an attack, by passing you a stress. There's stuff in other factions that can give you stresses during the engagement phase. Like, it's a little bit iffy. And I know I'll spoil it, but the new Cad Bane's really cool, and I'm taking him in every single list that I play. So if I ever play FO and I see a Scorch across the table, I'm going to try and stress it before it gets to do its thing. But yeah, I don't know about Scorch being 4 points. I understand. Threat Sensors kind of makes it a 4 point ship, but like, come on. I would have liked to seen a 3 point Scorch. But that's me personally. And he's also initiative 4, which is probably a reason they didn't make him 4 points. But um, yeah, I would have liked to see 3 point Scorch. Now we're getting onto the Thai Special Forces for evacuation of Dakar. There is a lot to talk about with these guys. So this new one's called Theta 3. So same stat bar as normal. 2 attack die, 2 attack die at the rotating arc, 2 agility, 3 hull, 3 shield, and this guy's got 2 charges for his ability. At the start of the engagement phase, if you have no green tokens, you may spend 1 charge to gain an evade token. Oh my gosh, Lachlan, why would I not have green tokens at the start of an engagement phase? It's because we have passive sensors. Yay! Um, so, okay, let's just. Sorry, that was funny. So they've also got a new chassis ability called Heavy Weapon Turret. I don't know if it's the exact same as the other one, but it's pretty good. After you perform an action, you may perform a white rotate action. Yay! You can only rotate your arc front and back, and you can treat you have to treat your missiles as your rotating arc. So basically, what this means, they made the action bar less cluttered. So no focus rotate, evade rotate, target lock rotate, barrel rotate, reload rotate. They've just done it really basic. Focus, evade, lock, barrel roll, and also a reload into white target lock. And then because of the way heavy weapon turret works, you can just do that whenever you want. You can just do a rotate action whenever you want after doing an action. So I did mention passive sensors. 1 charge, action, spend 1 energy. You can only perform this action in your perform action step. While your energy is inactive, you cannot be coordinated before you engage. If your energy is inactive, you may perform a calculate or target lock action. And then this Theta 3 has Seeker missiles, which you would have seen in AMG's what's it called? YT 2400 standard loadout cards. Lebo has Lebo and Dash, I think both have seeker missiles. So 4 charges, attack target lock, 3 attack dice at range 2 to 3. Spend 1 charge during the modify attack dice step. You may spend up to 2 additional charges, but up to 2 additional charges. Change 1 focus result to a hit result for each energy you spent this way. So basically, soft mod. So what it really means is, let's just ignore this last card. We'll explain in a second. But what this really means is, what I'm doing with Theta 3 is I'm going to roll up. I'm going to passive senses as my action. Then I could, off of my passive senses, trigger my heavy weapon turret to rotate my turret backwards or forward, or I could save that for my engagement step while your energy is active. Before you engage, if your energy is inactive, you may perform a calculate or lock action. So at that point, with passive senses triggering before we engage, we could target lock someone, then rotate our turret using this linked action to rotate it after that target lock. So let's just say I roll up in the middle of the field. There's someone in front of me a little bit, behind me a little bit. My ships have shot. Oh, the guy behind me is almost dead. Passive sensors trigger. Lock him, rotate backwards, seeker missile at the butt. And the advantage of having seeker missiles on the sky is because you're only single modded with a lock, you can spend more charges to modify focus results to hits. So just like basically giving you calculates to use. I think this is a really ingenious way to design this card. Also, because you're relying on passive senses, you get to trigger your ability because at the start of the engagement phase, you will not have green tokens, so you could spend one of your 2 charges to get a free evade. Make sense? Yeah, pretty good. And then last of all on the list is First Order Ordnance Tech, which is a new upgrade that they've put in. After you gain a disarm token, gain 1 calculate token. While you have exactly 1 disarm token, you can still perform forward arc primary attacks. So, basically, your first order gunner that you could just chuck on your SFs. Is it free? The is it the same one? First order ordnance tech. First order ordnance tech. Yeah. So the old first order ordnance tech had your reload into white target lock. But Special Forces Gunner is the upgrade that is free and you can chuck on any SF. Which is if your rotating arc is in your front arc, you get to roll an additional attack dice, so three dice primary. Even if it's at the back, you can do a front arc shot to the back arc shot. So they've gotten rid of that, but given them this white reload into white target lock, and if you do reload, you get a free calculate, and you can shoot a primary attack while weapons disabled. With a disarm token, weapons disabled. Yeah. So I think this is a really cool way they've made the card. Theta 3 is initiative 3 and 4 points. So I think he's a really strong 4-pointer. He's got a lot of versatility. He can roll up, passive sense to decide what action to do. The only downside to this whole passive senses tech is conveniently what happened when I played him today, which is I was playing against a Scumless who had Cad Bane, who ended up passing me a stress at initiative 4. And because passive senses states a calculate or lock action, you cannot perform those actions while stressed. So if there is any way for your opponent to stress you before you engage, passive senses is useless. Like it's useless. Yeah, a little bit annoying when you forget to rotate your arc backwards and then your opponent stresses you and then you try to passive senses to rotate your arc to get the shot, but you can't passive senses because you're stressed, so you can't rotate and then you have no shot and then your Theta 3 dies because it rolled no evades. Exactly what happened to me today. But yeah, this ship's really fun at 4 points. Fly it better than me and it will be very cool. Next we have Theta 4. Theta 4. So like Theta 3, its initiative is the same as a number, which I think is amazingly smart because it makes it so much easier to remember which is which. So same stat bar, but he's got 1 recurring charge. I gotta say, sorry, this is my favorite card they've introduced for FO, just because of its ability, which is really cool. So while an enemy ship in your rotating arc performs an attack, you may spend 1 charge, recurring charge. if you do spend one, if you do spend one charge from your equipped missile upgrade, which is barrage rockets, to choose 2 attack dice. The attacker must re-roll those dice. This ability is nutty. Like, it is so cool. So you're just sitting there. Um, Actually, okay, we'll talk about it later. So he's got the heavy weapon turret ability, same as normal. Any action to rotate. He does not have a reload action because you cannot reload. It's no way that lets you reroll a barrage rockets, which lets you make your opponent reroll their attack dice every turn. So he's got determination, like most of these cards. Did this guy have determination? Theta 3 did not. This guy got determination because obviously when his barrage rockets run out, which do run out pretty fast with your ability, he's going to need to attack for his primary. He's got barrage rockets, attack focus. If the enemy ship's in your bullseye, you can spend more charges to reroll those dice. And he's got pattern analyzer. So the main thing we're looking at is barrage rockets with 5 charges and your ability. So you rock up onto wherever you want to be, you take a focus action, right? Now, if anyone shoots and just rolls really good out of hand and you want to stuff them up, spend a charge, spend your recurring charge, spend your barrage rocket, and re-roll 2 of their attack dice. So that is really strong to piss your opponent off. You know how I like playing R4B11 and Zucker's Crew on my Cad Bane, like all that stuff that makes you reroll the defender's defense die? It's the exact same thing, but for attack die, which is so much cooler. And also, if they had taken a lock action and you make them reroll the two dice, they cannot reroll those rerolls because you can only reroll a dice once. So effectively, you are stopping them from spending locks to reroll those dice. And if it rolls into, let's just say they only took a lock and they have no focus. If you make them reroll the 2 hits and goes blank focus and they have no focus token, they just can't mod it. Like, it's so nutty. Like, 100% if you wanted, you could not fire a single barrage and just go 5 of those a game. Or you can do what I did in my game, which I did fly this guy today, which is you spend a charge to do your barrage rocket shot at initiative 4, which is pretty good initiative 4. And then you just see a shot, like wait for your opponent to roll really well out of hand and just stuff them up. It's really cool. I really like this car. He is 4 points, which is, I think, is really good value for 4 points, especially for an SF. Like, I think that's such good value. The barrage rocket, the making your opponent reroll their dice, a pattern analyzer, so you could do red maneuvers and then still get a focus. I think it's and also, sorry, barrage rocket fires out your ass because you have a heavy weapon turret. So front and back barrage rocket. It's just so beautiful. I really like this card. I really, really like this card. He's so cool. Theta 4, 4 points. Take it. Try it. Give it a go. Next on our first order list, we have Lieutenant LeHughes in the SF. I didn't even realize this guy's abilities changed. So same stat bar as normal. His ability has changed. Give me a second. I gotta come. Okay, we're back. So at the start of the engagement phase, you may acquire a lock on an object at range 1 to 3 that has a friendly lock. If you do, break a friendly lock on that object. Heavy weapon turret, of course. This guy does have the what's it called? Reload into white target lock. You've also got determination. He's got concussion missiles, 3 charges. We all know what that does. And then he's got first order ordnance tech, same as Theta 3, which is after you gain a disarm token, you may gain a calculate. While you have exactly 1 disarm token, you can perform forward arc attacks or forward arc primary attacks. So I like Lieutenant LeHughes. I didn't fly him today. He has 4 points. I think he is a strong contender for our current Lieutenant LeHughes. And now that I'm actually reading through the ability, he is a very good fit to be paired with Longshot. Because of Longshot's experimental scanners, you can acquire locks beyond range 3. Turn 1, Longshot grabs a lock. Then LeHughes can use that lock to trigger himself creating a lock on that ship. So free lock, basically. Longshot goes and does objectives. Lieutenant LeHughes gets a lock for his concussion missiles. Probably took a focus. Double modded concussion missiles at initiative 5. Really strong. I don't have much else to say. 4 points, initiative 5. Very strong contender for current LeHughes, just because current LeHughes only has 6 loadout. And I mean, what do you take with that? You can't, yeah, you like maybe you take rockets, maybe you take cluster missiles. I don't know. Like maybe you take sensor and like something else. I don't know. It's like it's a little bit tricky because current one only has 6 loadout. I think this one's a very strong contender for that slot, especially at 4 points. Um, Next we have a Upsilon class command shuttle, Petty Officer Thanison. Very cool. Um, so I have a few things I don't like about this card, and I will talk about it after I talk about this, but let's just go through it. So same stat bar, 1 recurring charge. During the activation or engagement phase, after a ship in your front arc at range 0 to 2 gains 1 deplete or strain token. Pardon me, I had to cough. 1 deplete or strain token. You may spend 1 charge. If you do, that ship gains a stress token. Just for comparison, Petty Officer Thanison's ability on his custom loadout, same initiative, same everything, is 1 recurring charge. If an enemy ship in your front arc, or if a ship in your front arc at 0 to 2 gains a stress token, you can spend a charge to make it a tractor token, which I think is exponentially more useful than this. But anyway, he has General Hux. Okay, let's this is a mouthful. Why perform a white coordinate action? White coordinate action. If you choose a friendly tie FO or tie SF, you may treat that action as red. If you do, coordinate up to 2 additional friendly tie FO or tie SF, and each ship you coordinate must perform the same action, treating it as red. I do believe that General Huck's crew, Yasby, says the same thing. However, it doesn't limit it to FO or SFs. Let's have a quick look. Let's go Thanison. That's normal Thanison. General Hux. Um, yeah, exact same thing, but lets you do it to anything instead of this guy only letting you do it to tie FO or tie SF. So I mean, you can do a stressful coordinate to give up to 3 ships the same stressful action, and then as long as they're doing blue maneuvers, it just gets rid of it. Beautiful. Advanced senses. After you reveal your dial, you may perform 1 action. If you do, you cannot perform another action during your activation. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. If you know you're going to friendly bump, if you know you're going to enemy bump, if you know you're going to land on a rock, let's just say you need to give out something like a coordinate or a jam or something before you engage, before you move. Really good. Pretty cool. I like it. Interference Array. This is a new upgrade. 2 charges. After you coordinate a ship, you may spend 1 charge. If you do, assign a jam token to an enemy ship at range 0 to 1 of the coordinated ship. Um, this upgrade I really do like. I think this is the only thing that would make me ever look at Petty Officer Thanison as a potential ship to fly. Just because that's twice a game you can just coordinate and jam someone for free. You get into the fight, you're flying a formation, you have 3 IFO in front of you. Just coordinate all 3 of them, give them stressful focus actions, and then just jam one ship in front of them. Really cool. I think it'd be very good. I think it's a pretty strong upgrade to have, allowing you to coordinate and jam. It is limited to twice a game, so you do need to be smart about it. But I think it's smart. Like for 6 points, is pretty good. I gotta say, when I did my test game with these ships, I will show you the list I brought. Because I actually used normal Fanny. So I took for my TIFOs, I took Zeta 5, which is your if you're not shielded and the enemy's initiative higher than yours, add a focus result to your attack roll. I took Longshot. Then I took Theta 3, which is our TIE SF with the Seeker missiles. And then I took Theta 4, which is our barrage rocket, reroll the attack die stuff. And then I took Custom Thanison because I like tractors way more than I like um, because it's so limited, I'll talk about it in a second, but I like tractors more. He also has 19 loadout, so I'm able to fit Pattern Analyzer, Captain Phasma, Agent Terex, and Electronic Baffle. So if enemy ships are close to me, they get stressed. I can do a red maneuver and still perform an action. Then I can baffle off the stress, and it lets you just do an infinite stop. Agent Terex gives you 3 calculate tokens where you get to pass them out before at the start of the engagement phase. Once that's all done, you can roll attack die, potentially giving yourself a calc or giving yourself a jam. It does kind of influence the decisions because if you get yourself a calc, you're sweet. If you give yourself a jam, you can then what does it say? Transfer that token to to a ship at range 0 to 3, so you could long range jam. You could coordinate and just stay jammed because it doesn't matter. Da 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 da. I ran this list. Very fun. As I said earlier, Theta 3 got absolutely demolished straight away. Longshot got a decent shot off with his determination. He did a really good shot and did like 3 damage to my opponent's Guri. And then Zeta 5 was very cool. Ended up getting a massive 4 die shot onto at range 2 onto a ship as well with his determination and a pilot ability. Really cool. And Theta 4 was just amazing, saying, "Oh no, reroll those dice." Nah, nah, nah. It was cool. And obviously Thanison coordinating, jamming, giving out stresses, sitting in one slot, blocking off the field, really cool. So, let's just talk about why I do not like this card. For one, General Hux does limit it to friendly TIE FO or TIE SF, sorry. So, I I don't know about it. It makes you want to fly it with the other SLs. Um, just because the Typho TISF. Like I've seen people with using like other ships with General Hux and being able to like coordinate 2 of your first order provocateurs, which is your what are they called? Interceptors, stuff like that. And then yeah, so I don't mind that. I don't mind advanced sensors. I really like interference away, but what gets me is the pilot ability. So during activation or engagement, after a ship in your front arc at 0 to 2 gains a deplete or strain token, you may spend 1 charge. If you do, that ship gains a stress token. Realistically, who's really giving out strains or stresses? Like, unless you're taking Mag Pulse in your list, or you're having, well, not even Vonreg. Vonreg can't even trigger that because he's in the system phase. Like realistically, what in your list is giving out stresses or strains or depletes? Then realistically, what other factions are taking strains or depletes to do repositions? Well, that's the other thing. It's in this, like, this is only activation or engagement. What other factions are having cards that are taking strains or depletes to reposition? Like maybe other FO, sorry, maybe other tie lists where they've got a first order list where they've got the BA interceptor, like what else? Your like the only other things would be I'm a little spoiling what's coming down the line, but the new resistance SLs are taking them. Like I understand that these are evacuation of Dakar, FO and resistance are made together, but there's no scenario that it's not like the other SL cards that came out in scenario packs. Like this isn't a part of a scenario pack, so if this is only going to be good against other FO lists or other like resistance lists, like how many ships give out strains? Like maybe in a bombing list, like maybe if you have a bunch of bombers and you take Thanos and a bunch of bombers, but then you're losing General Hux. I'm thinking thermal detonators or concussion bombs that give out strains and stuff. But I'm just trying to think like realistically where this is going. This ability is going to come into play. Like you're it seems like it's aimed towards 2 factions out of 7, which is a little bit tricky. Now, 100%, if I'm wrong about this and every faction has something really good that's taking strains or depletes to do repositions or taking strains or depletes in the engagement or activation phase, tell me please, because I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing how that ability, how this petty officer Thanison at 6 points is worth the custom petty officer Thanison that I'm showing here, which is doing similar stuff. Obviously, not coordinating multiple ships and not jamming for free, but able to do similar things at 6 points with more adaptability with 19 loadout. Like, I'm not seeing it. That is my opinion, and 100%, I might be wrong. People may have other opinions, but I'm not seeing how this card really compares with the custom version. Um, Obviously, if you think it's amazing and you love it and you can fly it amazingly and it does great for you, play it. Yeah, 100%. But it's also a 6 point ship. When we have access to, let me find him, the Xi shuttle. Oh, did they get rid of the Agent Terex? Yeah, Agent Terex at 3 points in the Xi shuttle, who Let me get it up. Who is? Can you take? Can't take Hux, but like you can take tactical officer and stuff. Like you have a 3-point coordinator that you can add into a list. Half the price of this guy. He's got 5 hull and 2 shields, so only 5 less hit points. But like I'm not seeing how like this Upsilon's worth it. And I know that's the current opinion on all the Upsilons. How are they worth it compared to a 3-point coordinator in the Xi shuttle that you can bring? But yeah, I'm just not seeing it. And that's a personal opinion. But yeah, that's my opinion. And I think that is all the SFs, the SLs done for First Order. On to Resistance. Man, I really hope I did unpause that earlier when I went and got a drink because that would have been awkward. Anyway, Resistance. Poe Dameron. So we have talked about. I don't know if we talked about this Poe, but he has been teased, so you probably would have seen him. He's very cool. Standard ability array. After you perform an action, you may spend 1 energy to perform a white action, treating it as red. Cool. Adaptive S foils. After you perform a barrel roll action, gain a deplete token while you perform an attack before rolling attack dice. If the defender is in your bullseye, you may remove 1 deplete token. Yay! So basically, it's just their way of working around the S foil card, not having a flippy card. It's pretty cool. So this Poe Dameron has a focus link action barrel roll, lock barrel roll boost slam. Really cool. He has heroic, of course, because he has to be heroic. He has BB-8, 2 charges during the system phase. You may spend 1 charge to perform a barrel roll or boost action. Really cool. It now has a new added effect that they've put in. Before you engage, you may spend 1 charge and gain a strain token. If you do, you may remove a disarm token. Really cool. Very nice. That'll come into effect down here. But next we have primed overdrive thrusters. This is a brand new twist on overdrive thrusters. While you perform a red boost, a red barrel roll, or a red slam action, you must use a template 1 speed higher if able. Then you may gain 1 strain token to remove 1 stress token. So let's talk about that. So let's not talk about that. Let's look at Black One first. 2 charges on Black One now. After you perform a slam action, lose 1 charge. If this upgrade has 0 energy active, you cannot perform slam action. I know. Cool. So this Poe is extremely versatile, and he's also 6 points. If you wanted to know what the Poes are looking like, X-Wing Poe now has 3 variants. We have got for 5 points, we've got Hero of the Republic, Hero of Hope, Heralds of Hope. Lemon Poe, where's Poe? Where's Poe? Where's Poe? Where's 5-point Poe? Poe Dameron, Heroes of Hope, which is every second turn he can give a friendly or himself a free action, a white action treating as red. We have Evacuation of Kadar Poe at 6 points, and then we have 7-point Poe. With every turn he can do a second action treating as red with 7 points with 26 loadout. So you've got 3 different stages of customizable Poe. 3 different stages of Poe, 3 different points, 3 different things they do. Very fun. Okay, so let's go over this Poe. For one, he has no munitions. He is entirely relying on primary dice, which means he has to be careful with his adaptive S foils. Make sure he's lining up a bullseye so he can remove that deplete token and roll max dice. 2, he is extremely fast. So his primed overdrive thrusters, everyone's seen or played overdrive Poe. I swear they have. Like, he's amazing. Poe overdrive is really good. Prime Poe overdrive is even better. So because this Poe has a focus linked action red barrel on his action bar, this means for one, let's just say we do a 2-speed removal, we do a 2 straight, right? Now we can take a focus action. We can link it to a red barrel roll, which triggers primed overdrive thrusters because we're doing a red barrel roll. So you must use a speed template 1 speed higher if able. So now we're doing a 2 barrel roll out the right. Okay. Next effect on Prime Overdrive. Then you may gain one strain token to remove one stress token. Okay, you know what? Let's do that. That's a great idea. I'm going to do a focus, a red barrel roll, do a 2-speed barrel roll because it's red, remove the stress, take a strain. Ah, wow. After you perform an action, you may spend one charge to perform a white action treating it as red. Ah, cool. I'm going to boost. Now I'm going to do a boost, a red boost. Ah, overdrive thrusters. I have to use a 2-speed boost. Oh no. Now I'm going to be moving here, moving there. Two straight, two barrel, two boost. And now you're potentially out of arc. And let's just say, I don't really want to be stressed from that either. I am then going to trigger primed overdrive thrusters again. Then you may gain one strain token, remove a stress token. Oh, look, I just did a double reposition with a focus, and now I'm not stressed. I'm out of your arc, and I'm double strained. Very fun. Yeah, he's very cool. Just having the focus red barrel roll on his action bar opens him up to so much maneuverability. Let alone his 2 slams a game. You could do the exact same thing as I said. Focus, red barrel roll, 2 out the right. Let's just say we did a 3-speed maneuver. Oh, I'm gonna slam a 3 straight. Oh, you know what? Let's make that a 4 straight. And guess what? Because my 3 straight is blue, primed overdrive thrusters wording says you must use a template 1 speed higher if able. So yes, I am slamming a 3 straight, which is a blue slam, but I am using a 4-speed template, which means I clear the first strain from my barrel roll. Because you get the strain before you do your other action, which is a slam, which is an executing maneuver, which is blue, which removes your strain. So then you're only stressed, and now you can be like, oh, you know what? I'm going to take a strain instead of that stress and do it all over again next time. So this Poe is wild. He has so many options up his sleeve. I've played him twice. I think he's extremely fun. I think he's like a really good spot at 6 points. Like, he's a very strong 6 point ship. He does very similar things to 7 point Poe, but he just doesn't have ammunition for it. He just has to rely on primary. So, very cool. Lovely, lovely card. Um, Lots of talking. Next on the list is Kai Finale. This guy is a X-wing. I'm pretty sure he's got a custom version. After you fully execute a maneuver, if you move through a friendly ship, you may perform an evade action. Pretty cool. Basically, just make it so that way he's sitting at the back and there's a ship in front of him. He's got the same adaptive S foils. This Kai actually has a cool action bar though. He has your focus red barrel roll and a boost into red barrel. A boost into red focus, which I think is really cool. I think it's an excellent way to make these 4 point X-wings strong. I'll explain a little bit when I get to Stromboli. Is the name Stromboli? Yeah, when I get to Stromaroni, everyone calls him Stromboli. Once I get to him, I'll explain how it's cool, but let's just keep going through. Kai Threnali has this new upgrade called For the Cause. While you defend or perform an attack, you may spend one non-blank result, choose a friendly strained or depleted ship at range 1 to 2. That ship may remove one strain or deplete token. Basically, um, you know how you have your adaptive S foils after from a barrel action gain a deplete token. Just quickly, BB Astromech and BB-8 both trigger that adaptive S foils. You take a strain from it, which kind of sucks, but I mean, small price to pay. Yeah. So potentially, not strain, deplete. Sorry, it triggers a deplete. So potentially, what you're doing is you are potentially sacrificing, let's just say, so suspended non-blank result. Let's just say someone shoots you, and let's just say old mate Poe's near you at range 2 and he's depleted. Let's just say initiative 6 Vade is shooting you. You roll focus evade. Don't really want to spend your focus. Not really worth it. Let's spend that focus result to get rid of Poe's deplete token or one of his strain tokens. I think it's really cool. I think it's a smart way of working with Poe, who is doing all these amazing actions. It's an excellent way to work with him just to get rid of some of that, make it a little bit better for him. The problem is you are spending a non-blank result, so it has to be a focus, a hit, or a crit. Um, which you're probably only going to do it if it's a focus result and you've already spent your focus. So yeah, da 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 da. Nice upgrade. I like it. Next is heroic. We know what heroic does. And then he's got BB Astromech. During system phase, you may spend 1 energy to perform a barrel action. Yay! 2 charges. To be fair, barrel does trigger your deplete token. Sucks. Um, then we have repulsor lift engines, a new upgrade. While you perform a barrel action, you may gain 1 strain token to use the left or right template instead of the one. So basically, banky barrel rolls like your Star Vipers, really cool. I like it. I think it's a cool upgrade. Um, so that does mean you are getting strained and depleted from that, except for in the system phase where if you do it, you can do a blue maneuver and clear both of them. So that is. There are other ships coming up in Resistance that have for the cause. So essentially, you can have an en masse for the cause and just get rid of stuff whenever you need. Really cool card, I think. One thing I do like this, I don't want to say, is BB Astromech is pretty cool because if you aren't triggering Kai Threnali very well, Kai Threnali's ability very well, you could use BB Astromech to barrel roll into your position to move through a friendly. Like, let's just say you're coming up here and your friendly's here. Potentially, you could barrel roll behind them in the system phase and go through them with a blue maneuver, get rid of your deplete, get a free evade, grab a focus, nice and chill. Even boost into focus. Evade boost focus is pretty cool. Very nice. Or even evade barrel focus, banky barrel. No, you've already barreled in systems. Never mind. But yeah, it will help with visibility. I did fly Kai today. I did fly him off the table because I forgot about a loose stabilizer. And I didn't. My opponent blocked my banky barrel that I wanted to do. So, but yeah, he's really cool. I think the boost into red focus is really strong for this four point X-wing. Pretty sure it's 4 points. Let me just double check that. 4 point X-wing. I definitely think the normal Kai finale is 4 and 6, 4 points of 6 loadout. 100%. This guy's a contender for that slot. Like the barrel rolls and repulsor lift is really cool. Having the boost focus is even worth. Like in my opinion, that boost focus is worth it way more than taking a normal one. Just having access to that is really strong. Really cool ship. Next we have Jacris Tubbs. Now this guy, I don't know about him. I don't know about him. I haven't. I looked at him. He's initiative 1. I didn't fly him, and I don't know if he's worth it. But let's have a read. After you fully execute a blue maneuver, you may choose a friendly ship at 0 to 1. If you do that ship removes a stress token. It is good. Okay, it's not bad. It is, pardon me, very good. So, Jacris Tubbs is definitely a good ability. Initiative 1, you're normally moving, which means you should be able to fully execute the maneuver. Not much chance of your enemy blocking you. He's got your adaptive S foils. He has your boost into focus into barrel. He's got for the cause, can help remove some tokens off some friends. And then he's got a new R0 Astromech. After you reveal a basic maneuver, you may reduce its difficulty. If you do, after the check difficulty step, gain 1 one strain token. So basically, let's just say we feel like doing a 3 hard to the right, and we want to make that 3 hard here, over here. We want to make that 3 hard blue, because we want to get rid of someone's stress before they do their maneuver. Easily enough, you can do it. You take a strain from it, and unless you've got someone with for the cause shooting before you, your opponent's probably going to make use of that. So it is a little bit tricky, and I think that's one thing I like. That's one thing I like about this card is that R0 Astromech has no restrictions on how many times you can use it. There's no charges. Um, but at the same time, taking that strain is an inbuilt way for you to be screwed with that. Just because it gives you a strain, -1 agility is not nice. But yeah, 4 points for him. Very cool. Now, of course, this is the boy, Stromboli. People call him Stromboli, but he's Stomaroni Stark. So this guy is so cool. Setup. Instead of a T70 X-Wing dial, this ship uses an RZ2A wing dial. So, old mate, old mate Stromboli is running around with a freaking A-wing dial. Which let me just move my picture so that way people can actually see. Which is freaking nuts. Like in X-wing with 3 attack, 2 agility, 4 hull, 3 shield, focus, barrel roll, and focus boost focus is getting an A-wing dial. Old mate can go 5 straight blue. He can do 5Ks. He can do 3 sleeps. He can do 3 blue bank maneuvers, and he can do 1 hards white. Like old mate becomes a jet. He's so cool. Like this guy is amazing. I had the most fun in a while I've had playing Resistance with him today, and it's only because of this guy. He's just so interesting. Like everyone has started off playing Rebels where you have your basic X-wing, and then maybe you've played Resistance where you get the cooler dial where I think it's your 2 banks of blue or whatever it is, or your 3 straights of blue. You get that extra bit of dial. Um, but Stromboli takes it to a whole new level and just takes one of the best dials in the game, the A-wing dial, and just whacks it on the table and says, "I'm gonna go fast." So this guy's really cool. Initiative 4, he is 5 points. And yes, I know, Initiative 4 X-Wing for 5 points. It is worth it because the A-Wing dial is very nice. And he has this really cool ability called Accelerated Sensor Array. But just to go through, he's got 4 the cause, so he can spend results to get rid of strains and stresses off friendlies. Da, 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 da. He has Accelerated Sensor Array. While you defend or perform a primary attack, if the speed of your revealed maneuver is 3 to 5, you may reroll 1 die. If your revealed maneuver is an advanced maneuver, you may reroll up to 2 dice instead. Very, very strong. Um, Definitely strong. And then he's also got R5X3, which is an astromech that's already in the already in the game. Before you activate or engage, you can spend one of your 2 charges to ignore obstacles until the end of this phase. So, during activation phase, if you wanted to land on a rock or go through a rock and not take any punishment, spend a charge. If you move through it, no worries. If you landed on it at the start of the engagement phase, you need to spend another charge if you want to shoot, because that phase is different to the activation phase. Obviously, if you overshot the rock, you're fine. But that gives him a lot of options for movement. He could potentially 3 sloop onto a rock, 5K onto a rock, and just ignore it for the defense. Sorry, ignore it for ignore it for the moving, ignore it for the shooting, and then just roll off of it. It's fine. Um, or you could potentially think, oh, maybe I misjudged this. Maybe this might hit. Let's spend it. Da 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 da. But the main thing that makes Stromboli so strong is his accelerated sensor array, which we did talk about. So speeds 3 to 5 maneuvers. Your A-wing has 3 hards, blue 3 banks, blue 3 straights, all as fours, all straight maneuvers are blue. Like it's really strong. Like when I flew him today, like literally I picked a spot on the board. I decided, hey, there's a ship over there I want to bully. 5 straight focus boost. Next turn. 3 bank focus boost. Turn after that, I 2 harded towards the board, focus boosted into an ion bomb, which I will now explain the use of ionizing Stromboli, which is very strong. But yeah, so every time he does a 3 to 5 speed maneuver, he just gets a free reroll on attack and defense for every single attack and defense, which, by the way, is very strong, very cool, and is probably the main reason he's worth 5 points. Like, yes, he's got an A-wing dial, but he's so strong. He's cool. I love it. But let me get to the reason why I decided to ionize my Stromboli. Because if you've ever played Ricole, um, with his abilities, and with revealing dials and ion maneuvers, within ion maneuver, you must set a maneuver on your dial of a straight or a directional move, and then when you do that ion maneuver, you do it based off of your direction that you're going. So, for instance, um, let's just say Stromaroni rolls is ionized during the planning phase. He dials in a 3 sloop to the right because A-wings have 3 sloops to the right. Now, because he dialed a maneuver in that right-hand side direction, when he reveals his dial, his ion maneuver will make him 1 bank in that direction because that's how it works. However, accelerated sensor array, if the speed of your revealed maneuver is 3 to 5, you may reroll 1 die. So, sorry, and then if your revealed maneuver is an advanced maneuver, you may reroll up to 2 dice. So, basically, what I'm saying is that my A wing X wing has now given itself a one bank or a one straight, which it doesn't normally have. It has also given itself an advanced maneuver on its dial, which means every single attack and defense I'm re-rolling 2 dice for free, which is just nuts. Like literally, I versed my opponent and I boost. I'm like, I'm gonna boost into that iron bomb. He's like, why would you do that? I'm like, yeah, watch. And the next turn, I just dialed in the 3 sloop, one back towards the right, took rerolls on everything. Oh, cool. Like you know where I'm gonna be. You can plan to shoot me, but I have the ability to just roll out of it with my rerolls. Like it's like Boba Fett. Like it's not always gonna work, but it's gonna work. It's cool. But this ship is so fun for 5 points. Uh, it is a little bit expensive for Initiative 4 A-Wing at 5 points, but like the accelerated sensor rate, just flying fast and it's worth it. Definitely worth it. Um, Next on our list for resistance, we have Tally. I'm gonna quickly grab a drink of water because I'm thirsty. Talking for an hour now. Tally Lintra in the A-Wing. Same stat bar as normal. Pretty sure it's the same ability. While you perform a bullseye. Well, sorry. While an enemy ship in your bullseye performs an attack, you may spend 1 charge. If you do, the defender rolls 1 additional die. Pretty strong. Initiative 5, you can get it off. Refined gyro stabilizers. You can rotate your turret to front and back. If you perform an action, you can perform a red boost or a red rotate. Same as normal. This tally is interesting because its action bar has a focus into red coordinate action, which I think is super fun. Um, Having an initiative 5 A wing be able to focus into coordinate is really strong. Like you're giving out, you're getting yourself a defensive or offensive mod. You're giving someone else an action, and like you're an A wing. Like as we went through just before, your dial is really good with blue maneuvers. Very cool. Only problem is you can't boost or rotate, but if you're built to coordinate, you're staying in the back. So this tally has for the cause, which we're going to see a lot now. She's got heroic. She has push the limit, same as Colonel Jendon in the Defender SL. After you fully execute a red maneuver or perform a red action, including a red coordinate, if you are not strained, you may gain 1 strain token to remove 1 stress token. So like, it's a strain. It's not the best, but it also opens you up to doing a focus into red coordinate, take strain into red boost with your refined gyro stabilizers. It's giving you options to focus, coordinate, boost. It gives you a reposition. It lets you do a 5K into a focus coordinate. Like it gives you really good options with your dial and your action bar, which I think is really good on this card specifically. Um, I very much like it. And then last of all, Tally has thread tracers, which is a missile with 2 charges. Attack, focus, calculate, or target lock. So she's just gonna have the focus. If this attack hits each friendly ship at range 1 to 3, defender may acquire a lock on the defender, then cancel dice results. Cool. So basically, at initiative 5, I will be moving. I will be taking a focus. I will be coordinating. I may be boosting into position to shoot. Then I am going to shoot. And let's just say my third tracer hits. Everyone now gets a lock. Yeah. Yeah. So this tally is 4 points, I believe. Yeah, tally Lintra, 4 points. Current tally is 15. It is 4 points for 15 loadout and has a torpedo slot, but no missile slot. And I think this is a really good ship to use. Um, I like an A-wing as a coordinator, especially if she's getting a focus as well. I think this is going to be really fun. I want to try it in a list. I haven't played it in a list because the resistance list I only tested Stromboli and Kai Finale. But I think this is going to be such a strong ship, and I think it's going to be pretty meta in resistance just because of the fact that you are still an Initiative 5 A-wing, able to focus coordinate. You can help your friendlies who are potentially doing scenario actions. giving them a mod they could use, like a focus or a lock. You can use thread tracers to give out locks. Really cool. And of course, you've got for the cause. So if you want to thread tracer something with one agility, let's just say you get your 3 dice. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, look, I rolled 2 hits and a focus. You have one agility. Oh, let's spend that focus, get rid of someone's strain or deplete. And now everyone's got locks. So definitely going to bully the one agility ships. I think it's really strong. I think she's really strong. I think it's really a good option for resistance to have in their arsenal. Next on the board, ZZ. So same stat bar as normal. After you defend and perform an attack, you can spend 1 charge to gain a focus or evade token. Nice, same as before. For refined gyro stabilizers, same as before. For the cause, which I mean could help heroic, which is good. And I really like this upgrade. Precision hollow targeting. It's outmaneuver, but not outmaneuver because of the wording. So precision hollow targeting. While you perform a primary attack, if you are not in the defender's firing arc, the defender rolls 1 for your defense die. So the reason that is there is because outmaneuver states while you perform a forward arc attack. And these guys are in a forward arc, they have rotating arcs. So basically just outmaneuver. Look, I don't mind the ZZ. I think it's very strong. I think this hollow targeter slash outmaneuver card is really cool when you have access to boost into red rotate. I think for the cause is great because if you roll badly, you can always use your attack to get rid of strains and depletes. Heroic is always good. My main problem I think I have with it is the fact that like yes, outmaneuver is great on this ship, but there's like some cool stuff that ZZ can currently do. ZZ, because this one is 4 points, like custom ZZ. Custom ZZ has 11 loadout, and I've seen, and I also like taking this when I play ZZ, but I like taking Prockets and like advanced optics or pattern analyzer or ferrosphere, or taking heroic and then predator. There's some really cool stuff you could chuck on custom ZZ. She's got a lot of loadout. You can even chuck prime thrusters, like that'd be cool. There's a lot of loadout you can play around with ZZ. So I mean, they're both 4 points, and I guess they're giving you an option. You can play a really bully outmaneuver ZZ, or you can use a custom ZZ and maybe take munition or something. Which I don't mind. And I mean, I think for me, this would come down to if I'd ever wanted to fly this, it would come down to doing a few tests, seeing how much I like it, how much it compares to my other, how much it compares to me flying normal ZZ. Da 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 da. But yeah, it's not a bad card, and I think having this outmaneuver on it is really interesting, especially on Initiative 5 A-Wing. It really helps with A-Wings with their 2 attack dice having outmaneuver. So definitely cool. Definitely cool. Next on the list, we have Run of Blériot. I personally like Run of Blériot as a A-Wing because they're cool. But Run of Blériot, Initiative 2, same stat bar as normal. I'm pretty sure the ability is same as normal. While you defend and perform an attack, if the enemy ship is in another friendly ship's rotating arc, you may spend 1 focus token from that friendly ship to change one of your focus results to an evade or a hit result. Yeah, pretty cool. So basically, let's just say I'm running 3 A-Wings, or I'm running Y-Wings with dorsal turrets. As long as like the if the enemy ship is in a friendly ship's rotating turret, I can spend that friendly ship's focus tokens as a calculate. You can only change 1 focus result to an evade or hit. It's pretty cool. Anyway, I got a phone call, so I'm gonna take this. Okie dokie. Yeah. So I just went through Ronoff's ability. So Ronoff has a really cool upgrade called Escort Freighter. 1 recurring charge. While a friendly non-small ship defends, if you are in the attacker's firing arc, you can spend 1 energy and gain 1 strain token to add 1 focus result to the roll. Basically, like this only works on 2 ships for instance. So this will work on your Falcons and your Star Fortresses. Which I actually didn't think about it till now. It works on a Falcon, which is really interesting. I think that's a good way to give the Falcons a little bit more survivability. But it also works in your what's it called? Star Fortresses, the bombers, which is really cool. I think it's good. I think it's an interesting effect. And the only problem I personally have with it is that it kind of limits runoff to being played with those uh ships. I mean, yeah. So runoff normally is a 3.0 with five upgrade points. I think previously I've just taken because I've played runoff before in like a list of Y wings and A wings and Y wings of turrets, obviously. And I've taken like Ferrosphere Paint and I think it was Composure. Oh no, Starboard Slash. Ferrosphere Paint and Starboard Slash, just to give you a little bit of survivability. You can do some scenario objectives and rely on some and friendly ships focuses. Um, Conveniently, this guy has heroic and Starboard Slash. But I think I think it's going to be really fun to fly with your Falcon and Star Fortress. But I think otherwise, you just take custom version. Like you could chuck heroic and Starbird and still have 3 points to put on something. Actually, no, you can't take both of them. You can only take one of them. But I mean, you could take heroic and potentially ion missiles. I don't know why you would need ion missiles. Automated target priority is pretty cool. Maybe even instead of doing that, you say automated target priority, and I mean squad leader could work. Initiative 2 squad leader. But yeah, it's a little bit weird to think about. But yeah, and if that doesn't spoil the next part, I don't know what will. Jokes on you, I'm not up to it yet. Pamich Narrow. This is the resistance transport. Um, I'm not too sure about this one. I don't know if it's gonna ever see if it's gonna be played a lot. I haven't read through it properly, but let's have a look. So Pamich Narrow, good. Two attack die, one agility, five hold through shield. Um, this guy says, while you have two or fewer stress tokens, you may execute red maneuvers even while stressed. New chassis ability, leave no one behind. After you perform an action, if you have fewer than two stress tokens, you may gain one stress token. If you do, another friendly small ship at range 0 to 1 may gain a deplete token to perform a boost action. That's just pretty good, honestly. Like, I didn't read that through properly last time, but that is pretty good. So you can do an action, you can take a stress, and you can give a friendly ship close to you a boost action. Another friendly ship, so it can't be you. So you could give potentially an A wing, an X wing. You could even give a Y wing a boost action, um, for basically nothing, just a stress on your back. Like it's not bad. This Pamichinaro has a focus, lock, a red coordinate, and a red jam. And she has an upgrade for the cause, of course. R0GR. While you have two or fewer stress tokens, you may perform coordinate and jam actions even while stressed. After you perform a coordinate or jam action, gain one calculate token. I really like that. I think this, yeah, and then okay, let's go through Black Squadron R4 as well. So two charges. After you fully execute a blue maneuver, you can spend one charge to remove all of your stress tokens. So now that I'm looking at it, let's just double check the price because if it's 5 points, I'm going to be disappointed. If it's 4 points, I'm going to be a little bit happy. Pamichinero Good is 4 points. Conveniently, Pamichinero Good in the Initiative 3 custom version is 4 points of 17 loadout. Some stuff you could take with this. You could take some cool stuff with this. Uh, Particularly, you could just take Corsella, which is a 6 point upgrade, which will permanently give you Black Squadron R4. And Pamichinero Good has you can execute red maneuvers even while stressed. Is there a coup car that lets you coordinate while stressed? Yeah, Llama Daisy. While you have two or fewer stress actions, you can perform coordinate and thingy actions even while stressed. If you're stressed, treat that action as red. Yeah, so you could easily chuck Llama Daisy, Corsella. You could even take, I think, M9G8. Yeah, beautiful. You could take that right there, which is better than Black Squadron R4. The exact same as R0JR, but you don't get a calculate token. and you don't get For the Cause, and you don't get Leave No One Behind. So, I mean, it's not the same. You do get M98, and I mean, you do have 7 points of upgrade you could mess around with as well. Um, you could take torpedoes on the ship. You could take plasma. What the heck? Oh yeah, like there is some good and bad. Like obviously this one you're getting a passive mod when you coordinate, but and you can give people boosts for the sake of a deplete. And if it's before they've moved, they can get rid of it. You're doing a blue maneuver. Like it's cool. I really, I don't think it's bad. I think it's cool, and I think it will take a little bit for people to grab it. But my only thought is that a lot of people are currently using the logistic division pilot who can take your what is it? Your M9G8 and R3 Astroneck, which gives you where is it? M9G8, M9G8, M9G8. Am I stupid? M9G. I already have it on. R3. I'm tired, guys. It's like 9:40 at night for me, and I'm wrecked. I played 3 games at X Wing like 2.5 hours ago. Yeah. So you could take this logistic division pilot, which is initiative 1, M9G8, giving out 2 rerolls to everyone. You could take ion cannons, or you could even take like, yeah, you could take ion cannons, and you could even take Novus Technician. Like you can have that type of thing for 4 points, which is giving out rerolls and also able to coordinate off of the action bar. Like there is some good options in for these things, and I'm not sure if this one will be used a lot. I think it's going to be fun, and I think definitely with that For the Cause ability, having a list of like a bunch of 4 pointer ships is going to be good for resistance, definitely. But I like it. Next of all, this is what I was going to say earlier. We have some bombers. Yay, the Star Fortress. These guys are cool. 3 attack die primary out the front. 2 agility out of double rotating arc. Sorry, 2 attack die double rotating arc. 1 agility, 9 hull, 3 shield. Pretty tanky. So, Finch Dallow. This guy's ability has changed. While you would drop a device using the straight template, if you are not stressed, you may gain 1 stress token to use a bank template of the same speed instead. I don't know about that stress part. I don't know about that stress part at all, but like the fact that you gain a stress for doing that, but okay, I guess. Modular bombing magazine. When you drop a device, you may set the template with its middle line aligned with the hash mark on the base in your left and right hand arcs. So basically, just middle line up with you, which is pretty cool. Like you can drop them beside you. Not bad. Old mate here's got focus, lock, rotate, and a reload into uh, red reinforce, which I think is pretty cool. Definitely. So let me just double check these guys' action bars because I don't like them. 1 banks, 1 straight, and 2 straights for blues, and the action bars that sorry, not action bar. Their maneuver thing sucks. So I don't really want to be stressing myself from that or that. Um, let's look at some upgrades. So we got Nick's Jerd. While you perform a reload action, you may spend one of your 2 charges and gain 1 strain token. If you do, you may recover 1 additional charge on a bomb upgrade. I'm pretty sure it doesn't say on that bomb upgrade, so I think you could reload your proton and your thermal with that, just because you can. So next we got Page Tico. While you have exactly 1 disarm token, you can still perform turret attacks. After you form an attack, you may drop a bomb or rotate your turret indicator. Really good. Forward arc attack, tap him. Let's just say you wanted to rotate to the sides. I don't know, rotate forward. Let's just say you wanted to tap him and drop a bomb out the back. Cool. It's not bad. And obviously, with your Nick's Jerd, twice a game, you can get an extra charge when reloading. You can go all out on bombs. You've got 2 proton bombs. You got 4 formal detonators. When you reload, you recover an additional charge. So I don't know if that's normal effect on thermal detonators. I can't remember, and I can't even bother to check. But um, that means when Nick's Gerard's reloading, you can reload thermal detonators, recover 2 charges on thermals, get a proton bomb back as well. Boom, 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 bomb. It's not a bad card. It's not a bad ship. And this Finch Dallow is 6 points. Custom Finch is 6 and 23. A lot of people are flying custom ones of these guys with your Perceptor co-pilot, veteran turret gunner, and just smacking out the front. Really good. Speaking of veteran turret gunner and shoot double tapping, Veni initiative 2, same stat bar as normal. While you defend, if the attacker is is in a friendly ship's rotating arc, you may sorry, no, guys, I'm so tired. You may change one focus result to an evade result. So as long as someone else is there looking at them, an A wing or Y wing, another Star Fortress, you just get a free evade. That's pretty good. I didn't actually read it. That's really good. Yeah, I like that. And then this Veni has a different action bar. So focus, lock, rotate into red focus, which I like a lot, and you're going to see why. After Perceptive Copilot, after you perform a focus action, gain a focus token. So you're getting 2 focuses for the price of 1. Dedicated gunners. While you perform a primary attack, if the defender is in your rotating arc, you may spend 1 focus token to roll 1 additional attack die. After you perform a primary attack, you may perform a bonus rotating attack using a rotating turret you did not attack from this round. Okay, guys, let's look at this real quick. This is really cool. So, basically, form an attack. Let's just say you've got your front arc forward, you got your rotating arc. So you can see front arc forward, rotating arcs also forward. So both of them are there. Enemy ships in front of you. Let's just say they're range 1. Oh, let's shoot him with my primary forward arc attack. So that is 4 dice at range 1. I'm going to spend one of my 2 focus tokens to make that 5 dice at range 1. And I have my focus token to defend. Maybe Pamich Nero has coordinated me to lock. So double modding this 5 dice. So Fenrir level dice. Beautiful. And then let's just say that attack hits. Oh, cool. I'm going to use I'm going to use my rotating arc. After you perform a primary attack, you may perform a bonus attack using a turret you haven't attacked from the strat. So, just quickly, with this bonus attack, it is a rotating turret, and dedicated gunners says while you perform a primary attack, if the defender is in your rotating arc, you can spend a focus. So, basically, what you could do is you could rock up at range 1, spend a focus to roll 5 attack die, not spend your second focus, and then double tap with your rotating turret and then spend another focus to roll 4 dice. At range 1, you can be throwing 9 dice a turn. Given, technically, that is not modded unless somehow you have options to give Veni more focus results. That is really strong. That is very strong. And just quickly, with Veni's ability, you can pair in Ronif Blairo's escort freighter, gain a strain to give Veni a focus result while defending, and then Veni's ability just auto triggers off of that. Like, that is really cool. Like, that is really, really cool. Now, Veni is 6 points. And I think that's okay. I think taking both Finch and Veni isn't going to be viable, but taking Veni as a 6-pointer, taking a couple of A wings and a Y wing, that would be really strong. That would be really, really strong. I'm not too far now. But yeah, I really like that. And then obviously you got proton bombs, so you do have some options of bombing. Da, 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 da. Okay, I want to take a look. Okay, gang, we're back. Time for what everyone has been waited for. Save the best for last. We have the armed and dangerous scum. I'm sorry, I've been playing a lot of Marvel's Rivals recently, and anytime I hear this freaking words, I hate it. Where is my armed and dangerous Bucky? I'm sorry. This is if you guys have played Marvel Rivals, like this is just pissing me off. Freaking ad. Okay, I think this is back on. If you can hear this, I hope it's not too loud. Where is it? Is he gonna do it? That's like, sorry guys. Anytime I read these cards, that's all I can think about, and it pisses me off because I hate that stupid voice line. Anyway, armed and dangerous, big boy Boba Fett, straight out the bat. Look, I haven't played all these cards yet, but I've played against most of them, and this guy's freaking stupid. Boba Fett Same stat bar as normal. After another friendly ship defends, if you have a lock on the attacker, you may perform a bonus attack against the attacker. Wow. Wow, amazing. He has focus lock boost into red lock. So he has an ability called Homing Beacon, brand new. 2 charges. While you perform a target lock action, you can spend a charge to ignore range restrictions. After you fully executed an advanced maneuver, if there is an enemy ship at range 1 to 2 in your forward arc, you can spend 1 charge to acquire a lock on that ship. So, let's see how more annoying we could make this ship with locking. Fennec Shand, why you defend or perform an attack? Oh, defend or perform an attack. If you have a lock on the enemy ship rolls 1 fewer die. So sorry, Initiative 6 Aces. You can roll 1 less attack die against me. Um, he's got seismic charges, of course, and Slave 1 title, which is if you're flanking them, you can change a hit to a crit. Okay, this Boba Fett, get ready for this, is 7 points. 7-point fire spray at initiative 5, who can take a lock on you. If you shoot a friendly ship to me, I can just bonus attack you. If I defend or perform an attack and I'm locking you, -1 to your attack die or agility. And I'm going to be dropping seismic charges. I can grab these locks beyond range 3, and I can get a free lock after doing an advanced maneuver. And I can boost into a lock. Man, wow. Just wow. I literally read this and I was like, no way they made this an actual card. So look, I played a game earlier today. We did not read Fennec Shand right. We did not realize it is while you defend or perform an attack. So I have to say, the only reason I beat my opponent here was because I was running initiative 6 aces that were smacking with max dice. So I will apologize. He's probably going to watch this video. I do apologize. We didn't read the card right. But yeah, so while you defend or perform an attack, if you have a lock on the enemy ship rolls 1 for your defense die. So in this game, I was running 2 initiative 6 aces and shooting Bobber because obviously it's a trap. If Bobber's locked you and you shoot someone else, he's going to tap you for free. And obviously, he's just not going to spend his lock and make you roll 1 less defense die and hope for good luck. Hopefully, he'll have a lock from Homing Beacon so he can have a focus. And then, like, obviously, once he does a bonus tap, he'll get to his turn and tap you as well. Yeah, it's pretty strong. Like, this is 100% a strong card. 2 notes I have. People are gonna say that this is better than SL Boba Fett. That's better than custom Boba Fett, and I would like to disagree. Just off the bat here, and I'll explain why. So this Boba Fett is very different to custom Boba Fett. Custom Boba Fett is all about survivability and getting lots of damage. This Boba Fett relies on preemptively having a lock or being coordinated a focus lock to deal big damage. And his survivability is very low. If you're trying to boost out of shots, you cannot focus. You have no defensive rerolls. You have no offensive rerolls because you don't really want to spend your lock. And you have no reinforce action because I got rid of that on the action bar. So, 100%, this Boba Fett is strong. Very strong. And if you can fly it well and get lucky on your dice rolls, amazing. But my main criticism is this is not survivable. It is a fire spray. That's it. It's just a 7-point fire spray with really good abilities, definitely, but it is still very killable. And I reckon that if you come up against this Boba Fett, trap it and kill it straight away. It's too much of a nuisance to let go. It's 7 points. It's a nuisance to not shoot. It's a nuisance if you do shoot it. You might as well take it out of the game. Yeah, I really like this card. I think it's amazing. 7 points ship, really strong. I love it. But in saying that, if they did make this ship 8 points, I did have a lengthy discussion with someone from my local about this. If they did make this Boba Fett 8 points, I personally would not fly it, just because an 8-point ship, which is 8/20ths, 4/10ths, it's more than a third of your list. Like, it has to be survivable for a third of a normal ship. Like, Um, that doesn't make sense. You have to be survivable if you're going to fly an 8-point ship, and this is not survivable. Um, Boba Fett custom is an outlier, obviously, but definitely glad they made this ship 7 points. If they made it 6 points, it's too over. It's way too strong. If they made it 7 points, which they did, I think it's just right. And if they made it 8 points, I'm never flying it, unless for have fun, of course. Next, we have the Mandalorian. We've talked about him extensively. You know him, you love him. He's in the N1. Really fun. We'll talk about him again, just really quickly going over it. 2 attack die. Cool. 2 agility. Eh. 3 defense. Three hull, 2 shield, 2 force. Uh, Same ability as his what's it called? Razor Crest. So basically, if 2 or more enemy ships are looking at me in their front arcs range 1 to 2, I can change one of my blank results to a focus result while defending. Cool. He has the restored speedster upgrade. While you have exactly 1 disarm token, you may perform primary attacks against enemy ships in your bullseye. Which is really good because he has a slam action. So focus, lock, barrel roll, boost, slam into red target lock, which is very cool. Next, we have outmaneuver. So this upgrade is essential to his kit because it makes his 2-die gun actually work. Because if you get behind them, you can outmaneuver them. He's got the child. This child is the exact same as normal child, except it doesn't give you the negative effects of merciless pursuit, which is that upgrade that condition card that lets people lock you for free. That's not on this one. He's also got Kineso Switch. After you perform a slam action, if you fully executed the maneuver, you may spend one of your 2 charges to break all locks assigned to you. It does come into effect. I did play a game against Amando today where there was a chance for him to use it, but we both forgot that was even an option because we're silly. But he could have. But yeah. And then the last thing is Arsenal. This is to help him actually shoot well. Calibrated laser targeting. Wait, perform a primary attack if the defender's in your bullseye add a focus result. Basically, it just means like, if you're going to slam and you want to shoot, get him in bullseye, you get a free focus result, you've got force to mod it. Da, 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 da. This card, this ship is 4 points, and it definitely makes sense. Look, I played a game today with Mando. I played Mando into this Boba Fett here, and I shot someone else, and Boba Fett literally just shot me. Rolled natty 4 hits. I rolled 1 blank because obviously he had FedEx Shand, and I just fucking died straight away. So, this Mando is 100% worth 4 points. He's very flimsy. If your opponent has outmaneuver, if your opponent catches you in a bad arc or multiple arcs, you're most likely dead. Sorry about it. Your force ability only regens if you take damage, and I got to be honest, most of the time, if you're taking damage, you're probably going to die straight away, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, I don't personally think Mando's super strong. I think he's super fun. I think in the right hands, he can be very, very good. But it's just the fact that the only link action he has is slam into target lock, which really only works if you're running away and want to get a free lock, or if you somehow catch him in bullseye, you can shoot him. I don't know if he's worth. I don't know if he's worth bringing in a list. I think in the right hands it could be good. He fills that 4-point flanker slot well because he has outmaneuver. I mean, he's got Kineso switch, which is pretty cool, brand new upgrade. And I think he's going to be very fun to fly. I just don't know if he's going to fit super well in the competitive play. Obviously, they've just been released. We haven't seen what people come up with it, but it's definitely cool. Yeah. Next we have Bo-Katan Kryze. I love this ship. I love the design for it. I don't like versing it because it's freaking annoying. But Bo-Katan Kryze in the Gauntlet Fighter. 3 dice out the front, 2 dice out the back, 2 agility, 9 hull, 2 shield, 2 charges. This Bo-Katan is initiative 4 and priced at 6 points. Very affordable. Very, very affordable for 6 points. So, the pilot ability is while you perform an attack, if you are at range 0 to one of the defender, you may reroll 1 attack die. And yes, it is not a mistake, it says 0 to 1, which means this ability lets you reroll a dice when doing a range 0 shot. Very good. Definitely good. How to piss off your opponent, reroll dice at range 0. Cool. Brand new upgrade, Winged Reversal. After you reveal a turn maneuver, so a hard maneuver, you may spend one charge, one of your two charges, gain one strain token, and increase the difficulty. If you do, perform that maneuver as a Talon roll, maneuver in the same direction instead. This is a large base Talon rolling. Like, you don't see this ever, I don't think. I don't think anything else can. The closest you got to medium bases. But holy man, large base Talon rolling is crazy. Like, it's crazy. Like, even just figuring out where to fit that in is a problem. But it is replacing the zero stop rotate that these things normally had. I'm not sure if it's worth it, but I mean, it's not bad. Sorry, I'm tired. Oh, pardon me. But yeah, it's not bad. I like it. It's cool. So focus, lock, red reinforce, red coordinate, really cool. Mandalorian tactics. While defending, if there is at least one enemy ship at range 0, you may reroll one of your blank results. Very nice. Defensive. Then this next upgrade, you're a freaking bomb, guys. 9-hour sentries, 3 charges once recurring. During the system phase, you may spend 3 charges. So you have to spend all 3 to do this. At the end of the activation phase, if this upgrade has 0 active energy, each enemy ship at range 0 to 1 of you rolls 1 attack die. On a hit or crit result, suffer 1 hit result. You literally just turn yourself into a moving bomb. Like, if people bump into you, if they just land near you, boom, roll an attack die, maybe take a damage. Really cool. Now, this is 3 charges recurring, which you're going to see on a lot of these scum cards. This is to try and limit you from using it multiple times a game, but it doesn't stop you from using it multiple times a game, especially if people aren't shooting Bo-Katan. Very cool. She's also got Veteran Tail Gunner, so you can double tap if she wants. I think this card's really cool, really strong. 6 points, priced amazingly well. It's surprisingly maneuverable with this Talon roll. Survival of Mandalorian tactics, can mod a shot at range 0, can literally turn into a freaking bomb. Like, it is strong and double tapping. Like, it's a good card. Like, 6 points, really good. And you're at 11 hole with 2 agility. I don't know how that's, I don't know how this is 6 points. I gotta say, like, your fire sprays are worth, like, your fire spray is a little bit of an outlier, but the fire spray chassis with 3 attack die at the front and back, 2 agility, 6 hull and 4 shield are worth 7 points minimum, with some outliers at 6, but that aren't good. This is really strong at 6 points. I think it's great. Next on the list is, this is one of my favorites, and I flew him today, which is really fun. I had a lot of fun with him. Han Solo. And I'm naming him Kessel Run Han. Obviously, it's not when he actually did the Kessel Run because he got Tobias Beckett crew, but he is so cool. So, this Han, finally, they fixed the shields on this ship. So he's got 2 attack dice at the double rotating, 1 agility, 8 hull, and 5 shield. They finally fixed the shields, guys. And 1 non-recurring charge. His ability is, while you defend or perform an attack, if the attack is obstructed by an obstacle, you may roll 1 additional die. Like normal, he has coaxium injectors. After you execute a speed 3 or 4 maneuver, you may spend 1 charge to perform a red slam action even while stressed. After you perform a slam action, you suffer 1 crit unless you expose one of your damage cards. I gotta be honest, guys, once a game, just get the hell out of there. Maybe turn 1, you just fucking launch 4 straight up the field. Is that white or is it red? Sorry, I just want to check this. White. So you could literally 4 straight. Or you could even 4. Oh, bro, you could 4K up the field. Ooh, that's fun. It would be double stress, but eh. And you take in a crit, but eh. And also stress doesn't matter. Let's look at this. So he's got Chewbacca crew. Two charges once occurring during assistance stage. You can spend 2 to repair 1 face-up damage card. Cool. He has L337. 1 energy. While you defend, you may spend 1 charge. If you do, the attacker must reroll all attack die. Really good. If this energy is inactive, decrease the difficulty of your bank maneuvers. This is amazing on this card because it gives you a 1, 2, 3 bank blue, 1, 2, 3 straight blue. Really good for your dial. Really strong. Please try and trigger it early. I played this card today, and I triggered it like literally turn 5 out of 8. Yeah, it wasn't the best, but when it triggered, I'm so happy. Yeah. And then he's got Tobias Beckett crew. This Tobias Beckett says, while you perform an attack, if you are stressed, you may reroll up to 2 attack die, then suffer 1 crit damage if one or more of the rerolled results is a crit. Basically, what's it called? M no, R5P8. Is that what the card's called? R5P8. It's basically R5P8, but you have to be stressed. And to help you with that, guys, look what they gave you: a red boost and a rotate into red focus. Yay! Rotate into red focus is really strong. Okay. So yeah. And then Leonard's Millennium Falcon. Why you perform a primary attack? If the defender has a non-lock red or orange token, roll 1 additional attack die. Just quickly, guys, some synergies that we can talk about in Scum right now. There is a lot of new SL cards that I'm about to show that give out strains, which is very strong. Potentially having an Initiative 6 ship. Never mind, there's no Initiative 6 ship that can take missiles and shoot unless you have a Swarm Tactics from Dengar, but not going to happen. Potentially tractors from, let's just say, Ketsu. Technically, because it just says if it has a non-lock red or orange token, Ketsu could tractor a chuck a tractor token on a large base ship and give Han a extra attack die when he shoots. You've got all your strains and depletes that resistance have. You got all your strains and depletes that strains or depletes. Yeah, strains that FO have. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff, and this kind of synergizes as well with all that stuff. But it's a bunch of stuff that can happen that with these SL packs that help. And this changing Leonard's Millennium Falcon ability from just saying stress to a non-lock red or orange token is really strong, I think, to help you in the long run. And just so you guys do know, if you do shoot someone with a strain, because you're rolling your dice before they get rid of their strain, you do get your extra attack dice. Because they haven't taken the strain until they roll their defense die. Yes. So honestly, this Han is 6 points, which means he is the same as 6 and 20 Han, but this Han is just so much better. Like Tobias Beckett, passive rerolls anytime you're stressed. Like, yes, you'll stress yourself all the time, but your dial isn't like it's not the worst. It could be better. But with L3, your dial's great for getting rid of that. You have a boost action, so you could just have your arc sideways and just keep boosting, or you could even just keep rotating every single turn just to a blue maneuver, rotate, focus, stress, and focus, so you're double modding your shots. Like, it is really cool. One thing I have to say is you are still a 1 agility ship. Your 2 extra shields are great, but still. Chewie is great, but still, like, there is a high chance you get initiative killed. And at 6 points, I mean, as long as you're putting out 6 points worth of damage, like, it's worth it, definitely. I think this is such a fun card. Initiative 6, it just gives us another Initiative 6 that is fun to play and unique. Tobias is great. Like, if you're going to take custom Han, you're going to get rerolls anyway. So might as well. Well, I mean, if you take IG88, D, and Lando, you get rerolls. But anyway, this is great. I love this card. It's so cool. Absolutely cool. Very fun to fly. Next on the board, we have another Initiative 6, Dengar. So same stats as normal. 1 recurring charge after you defend if the attacker's in your front arc. You can spend a charge for a bonus attack against them. Cool. Same action bar as before with your red barrel roll. 3 of these upgrades are brand new. Give me a second. I got blood in my nose. How do I press play? Yeah, this is going to be a long ass video. Dengar. So basically a bunch of new upgrades. Cool. Gunner R2 G8. 2 recurring charges. After you perform a primary attack that hits, you may spend 2 charges to choose an enemy ship at range 0 to 1 of the defender. If you do, that ship gains a strain token. My opponent. So I played against this Dengar today, and my opponent, I don't think, read this because he gave the strain token to a ship at range 0 to 1 of the defender. Because it says 0 to 1, I think you can give it to the person you shot. So you can shoot someone, give them a strain, and then someone else will shoot afterwards. By the way, which is really cool. I think it's a good upgrade. Every second turn, you're giving out a strain. Next, we have another really cool upgrade. Synchronized handling, one charge. Before you engage, you may spend one charge to gain a calculate token. After you fully execute a hard left, a bank left, or a Segner's loop left maneuver, recover one charge. Now, that is, in fact, I think that's his good side, eh? Because he's got a good and bad side on this ship. Yeah, that's his good side. So if you do any of these maneuvers, you get that charge back. So that means potentially you could be constantly banking the whole game and just constantly getting uh, calculates before you engage. Really good passive mod. Next, starboard thrusters, 2 charges. After you reveal a turn maneuver, so a hard left or a Segner's loop left maneuver, you may spend 1 charge. If you do, decrease the difficulty of that maneuver. After you execute a white Segner's loop, gain 1 strain token. So we can make 1 hard and 2 hard left blue twice per game, or we could make our sloop white and take a strain. Now, look, I think it's really strong, ties in really well, synchronized handling, pretty cool ability. And then punishing one, of course, by performing primary attack. If the defender is in a forward arc, roll 1 additional attack dice. That just gives you 3 agility at 3 attack dice out the front. Cool. 6 points for Dengar. I like him. I really like him. I think it's a good option to take over custom version because of all these passive mods you can get. And you're still double tapping. And by the way, you're handing out strain at initiative 6 for Han to shoot. And also handing out strain for Boba Fett to come up afterwards and shoot with Fennec Shand and do -2 at defense. Oh gosh, man, that's crazy. Crazy. Next on the list, we have Bosk. I have talked about Bosk before, I think, but let's go over him again. 180 degree, 3 attack out the front, 9 hull, 3 shield. While you perform an attack during neutralized results, after neutralized results, if a crit has gone through, you can split it into 2 hits instead. New chassis ability, Imposing Behemoth. While an enemy ship at range 0 defends, if you are reinforced and the defender is in the forward and backward matching a reinforced token, that ship rolls 1 fewer defense die. So you become an intimidation based on your coordinating side. Really cool. To help with that, we have Embo Crew at the start of the engagement phase. If there is an enemy ship at range 0, oh look, you may perform a red reinforce action. Yay! So to be fair, you don't really want to be doing red actions while an enemy ship is at range 0, but it's an option, and I mean, if you have initiative 6s in your list, they can punish. Next, we have Contraband. So once a game, perform red actions and do red maneuvers while stressed. Then we have Houndstooth Title. This is new. While you perform an attack, if you are reinforced and the defender is in the forward or that's really hard to read. But if they're in the forward or backwards matching your reinforced token, you may change one of your focus results to a hit. If the defender is stressed, you may change a focus result to a crit. So basically, think Rear Admiral Chirinu, Rakan Empire. It's exactly the same thing. I love it. I think this is going to be fun. I haven't tested it. I don't really have too much motivation to test it, but I love the idea of this card, and I will definitely test it at some point. Pardon me. So I just think for 6 points, Bo-Katan delivers a lot more. I think Bo-Katan's worth it more just because of the 1 agility and the bombing and the rolling attack die range 0 and actually being able to turn around. I think that's worth it over Bosk, but Bosk is still cool and would be fun to fly. My absolute legend, my favorite ship in the game, Fenrir. This is the man. This is my new favorite card in the game. I have in fact flown him, and that video was posted, and he is so cool. But I didn't even read his abilities properly last time, so let's do that properly now. So Fenrir, this is a 6-point Fenrir. Custom Fenrir is 5 points with 3 loadouts, so you normally just take Fearless on them. But 6-point Fenrir, busted. So this Fenrir has 5 hull instead of 4. So immediately hull upgrade, 8 points worth of loadout. Same abilities before. At attack range 1, he gets to roll an additional die. Concordia, so a free evade. Same action bar, focus, lock, barrel, and the focus, boosting the focus. He's got Fearless, so if you're both looking at each other, you can change any result to a hit. And then he's got a new upgrade, Adaptable Power Systems, 2 charges. After you fully execute a red maneuver, or, and this is the part I missed, or perform a red action, you may spend 1 energy. If you do, you may gain a deplete token to remove 1 stress token. Look, it's great. It's really good. Like, how many times have you flown a Fang Fighter and just not been able to turn around because you're stressed? Because at initiative 6 with Fen, you're always focus boosting into range 1. Because the chance of you actually doing the chance of you actually not taking a reposition is so low. And then even if you do take a reposition, you always take a focus. Like, this single upgrade saying red maneuver or red action, you can get a deplete instead of a stress is so busted. And especially on my boy Fenrao. Fenrao can roll up, focus boost into range 1, remove the stress for a deplete, still roll a 4 dice, focus fearless modded shot at you, and then next turn do a 4 KO 2 Talon roll right behind you. Like, come on. And then from that 2 Talon roll 4K, he can also then trigger adaptable power systems again, and then focus boost into range 1 again and shoot you with 4 dice again. Man, I am so happy about this card. This is the justice I not justice, but this is the type of thing I think Ben has needed. Like, I've been loving flying him at 5 points with the XWA points, but the only problem I've had with him is his survivability at 5 points is pretty low. He's very limited to fearless. He's kind of boring to fly. Adaptable power systems, that single upgrade gives him so much. Like, it's like a breath of fresh air. It's like a brand new ship, really. Like, the fact that you can do that is so unique. Like for me, I'm gonna have to learn I'm gonna have to relearn how I'm flying Fen to make sure I actually trigger that and understand when to do it. Like, it's a whole new thing for me. Like it's such a small change, but it's like gonna make me think about flying Fen a whole new way, add that extra level of complexity to my actions to do more stuff on my turn, have a better rollout for next turn. I don't have to like keep thinking in my head constantly about how I'm going to be able to, boost in and then turn back around to keep shooting the next turn, so I'm not avoiding shots over multiple turns and wasting my 5 point ship. But yeah, I think it's amazing. I really like this upgrade, and I think it's exactly what Fen needed. And I just realized I've been talking about it so much, I haven't even mentioned he's got Beskar. Yay! Survivable again. Yay! Back to the old prowess of Fen with Fearless Beskar. Attacking, having a hull upgrade and technically a soft hull upgrade with crits. I think is great. I love this. I love this card. I love it so much. Um, I'm going to be flying it a bunch because I think it's really cool. And my favorite list I've flown with it so far is SL Fen, SL Han, SL Cadbane, and SL Mando. Really, really strong, by the way, guys. Really, really strong having 2 initiative 6 shooting and stuff. I love it. I love it so much. But anyway, that's enough time talking about Fen. He's basically the same, just better. Yeah, that's all you gotta know. Yeah. What have we got next? We got 3, and we've already talked about these guys, but we'll go over it one more time. Cad Bane, SL, armed and dangerous, of course. Same stat bars before, same abilities before, same dead to rights, same action bar. He's got the new flechette cannon, so it's basically 3 dice, range 2 to 3. If you hit the defender and they're in your bullseye, they gain a strain token. Um, I just realized that in the game we played earlier, because it was our 3rd game, we were so tired we kept forgetting about Dead to Rights. So I'll have to remember that next time. That game's going to be major different. If we did remember all this stuff, that's okay. So he's pretty cool for Flechette Cannon. He has the new Todo upgrade. So 2 charges during the system phase. You may spend 1 energy. If you do, you may remove 1 stress token and gain a strain token and 1 calculate token. I got to be honest, when I'm triggering Todo, I've played a couple of games with Cad Bane SL now. Anytime I trigger Todo, I think it's more of the fact of getting a free calculate more than you're getting rid of a stress. Like, getting a free calculate and getting a strain, I normally just do a blue maneuver anyway to get rid of that strain. That way I can focus or focus boost. I can reposition so I can then pass off my stress of my ability. Like, realistically for me, it's just a free calc mod. Like, it's worth it. And then his Xanadu Blood got an upgrade. So if you decloak and the enemy ships in the bullseye, they gain a strain token. Cool. Next, we have Prince Zyzor. I have played this ship. You guys, it's on my channel. It's so fun. I love this ship, and I need to play him more. Sorry, Cadmane's 4 points, and Fen was 6 points, in case I didn't say. Xyzor's 5 points, this new Xyzor. So he's pretty cool. While you perform an attack against a strange ship, you may remove 1 stress token. Woo! 3 attack die, 3 agility, 4 hull, 2 shield, 3 charges. His micro thruster ability is now a charge based ability. Instead of every single time you're able to banky barrel, you have to banky barrel. This time you can choose to do it 3 times a game, which is really good. Pairing in that, let's skip to Virago. During the system phase, you may form a red barrel roll or red boost action. So this means that your Prince Xyzor can banky barrel in the systems phase, do a blue maneuver, and then boost, or even maneuver, do a banky barrel roll and into a focus. You have so many options. It opens up your dial so much. Because don't forget, guys, you can barrel roll down and to the left, up and to the left, this way or that way. Like there's so many different ways you can do it. Next, we have a really cool card, Crime Lord. After you defend, if the attacker's in your forward arc, you can spend 1 card. If 1 charge. If you do, the attacker gains 1 strain. That is once recurring. Very strong upgrade. It's literally Notorious, so you can literally run Notorious and Crime Lord, which is really fun. Then we have Mandalorian Optics, and if you haven't seen the preview video that I did with Narkexi, he did explain that the Star Viper is actually a Mandalorian-made ship. The rights of it, the rights to the ship, and the people who made it for Princess Izor were Mandalorians. So of course it's got to have Mandalorian optics. You got to look into the lore. It's got to be fun. But yeah, 5 points for Zizor. Next, and this is the last card on the list. Finally, guys, we're almost at 2 hours. Zuckuss, Initiative 3, 5 points. So Zuckuss has gotten an extra shield from his custom version. Same ability. If he performs a primary attack, he can buff it by 1 in the defender. So he can roll an extra attack die. Defender also rolls an extra defense die. Enduring limitations. At the end of the activation phase, if you have 3 or more stress tokens, you must remove 1 stress token and suffer 1 hit damage. He has a barrel roll into red calculate, a jam into red calculate. He has persistent tracker. Guys, again, like I mentioned before, 3 times recurring charges. This is just a contraband cybernetics you can use multiple times a game. During the systems phase, you may spend all 3 charges. You have to spend all 3 charges. During the activation phase, if this upgrade has 0 active charges, you can perform actions and execute red maneuvers even while stressed. You Tractor beam. So he's got a tractor beam, range 1 to 3, 3 attack die. Just so people know, if you shoot a tractor beam range 1, you get 4 dice. Yay. So Forlom. Will help with your stress mitigation if you want to use persistent tracker and do red actions while doing that. Sorry, lots of talking. At the start of the end phase, you may spend 1 calculate token and choose an enemy ship at range 0 to 1. If you do, transfer 1 of your stress tokens to that ship. So there might be a world where, look, the only time you can ever trigger Forlom is if you do a linked action into a red calculate. So people know, if you want to, you cannot run IG88, IG88A and transfer calculates to Zuckuss, because technically a linked action isn't an action on your action bar. So technically he does not have a calculate on his action bar. He cannot get that. Yeah, it's a little bit tricky with Fallen because you have to be stressed. You have to have not spent your calculate, which means you really need someone to coordinate you, which is a little bit hard to do. Maybe you have to rely on basically an initiative 2 or 3 coordinate. Not the best. And then last of all, the upgrade that makes him really cool is a new Mist Hunter. After you perform a cannon attack, you may gain a strain token to perform a bonus primary attack against the same target. So that means I can be shooting a tractor beam, and then I can be tractoring them closer to me. Then I can be using a boosted shot from Zuckuss's primary at, let's just say I tractor beam them range 2, tractor them into range 1, and then I roll 5 dice on their -1 +1, so their base dice. Really strong. I love it. I think it's really cool. Double tapping after tapping after a tractor beam is really cool. Downside is he is initiative 3. Just so you guys know, this is a little bit secret, but if you run a initiative 6 coordinator like not coordinator, initiative 6 swarm tactics like Dengar custom, you can make it happen at initiative 6. And then if you have Fen in the list at initiative 6. Then you can, or Han, you can then have multiple people shooting at a tracted defender, which by the way triggers SL Han's ability to roll an extra dice. It's not a secret. No, I'm playing. It's really strong. It is very strong. Um, just really quick theory crafting with this. Sarko Plank in the Quadrajet. Something I've just started using because I think it's cool is Savage Repress Crew on this little boy, which lets him, after a friendly ship in your front arc at range 1 to 2 gains a stress or strain token, you may spend 1 charge if that ship gains a focus token. So, really, what I'm thinking is run customizable Dengar Swarm Tactics, run Zuckus for 5 points, which is this one. Run. Oh, that doesn't make sense. No, it does. 5 and 12 is 7. Yeah. And then run SL Han Solo. So basically, the idea is at initiative 6, Dengar swarms up Zuckus. Zuckus shoots his tractor beam. So Zuckus does like a jam calc or a barrel roll calc, and then gets given another focus by Sarko. Or you could run Sarko of Protectorate Gleb, which allows you to coordinate Zuckus a lock. Protectorate Gleb honestly works better, but I like the idea of Savage. But yeah, coordinate Zuckus a lock, have Zuckus shoot a double modded tractor beam, basically go all in if you need to make sure that hits. Then you double tap onto that same tracted guy, and then you get your other 2 initiative 6s to shoot the tracted guy just to freaking destroy it. It is like a 1-turn combo, but surely you pick a good target and kill it, and that way you can. What am I thinking? That way you can make it worth it. But yeah, so that's the end of this new the new card list. I am so excited about these guys. I am insanely excited. I've got my NCX Nickel City X-Wing Draft League games that I'm going to be playing. Expect to see a bunch of these new SLs because they're freaking amazing. Boba Fett might be in my next one. Just kidding. If you're my opponent, he isn't. If you aren't my opponent, he might be. Um, but yeah, this is really cool. I'm super excited about this. Um, really glad to see that XWA did justice to all these cards. I think every single card brings something to the table that is needed for each faction. Well, not necessarily needed, but it brings something to the table that's unique for each faction and gives them much more options, especially with your pilots that are already in the game, and gives you more options on like loadout or purpose, like the way you fly it, your purpose for it, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, beautiful. Thanks for watching, guys. This is such like it's 2 hours. If it's a long video, if you guys watch it all, good on you. But like, oh, my voice is wrecked. Anyway, cheers, guys. Thanks for watching. Catch ya.